Welcome to Arizona State University Academic Success Programs. This is an example video for the topic on solving word problems. Today we are going to go through the steps of solving word problems. Not many people see word problems as apply problems. Some teachers say apply problems because word problems freak students out and thinks that, ew, I don't like this.
Honestly, I don't know how to deal with them. I don't know many people that like working with those kinds of problems.
Not a lot of people do. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like working on word problems before I learned 7 steps to solving a word problem. And I would like to share them with you. The reason I did not like it because word problem tests more than just math concepts. It also tests problem solving skills and reading comprehension. The steps I'm going to share with you, these will help you become more confident on solving word problems.
What are the steps, and will we be going over an example?
Yes, first I will share all 7 steps with you, and then we will discuss each one. Throughout the way, we will be going over an example. Here are the 7 steps. The first one is read the problem. Step 2, understand the question. 3 is set variable or variables. The next step is translating words into math. The 5th step is to solve the math. Step 6 is to ask, is it reasonable? And the final step is to write the answer in words.
Okay, and what will our example be?
Good question. Here is the problem we'll be working on. Zeus runs 100 meters. Rocco and Roddy runs as far as Zeus did together. Rocco runs twice as long as Roddy and 1 more meter. Pepper runs the same speed as Rocco. How far did Rocco and Roddy go separately? Side note, this problem was made up and did not come from a book or website. The first step, read the problem.
I'm thinking, well, of course, but why is this important that it was added as a step?
Good question. Let me explain the step, and then you can try to tell me why it's an important step.
Okay.
So read the problem means really read it and not looking at it and saying, I don't know. I know it's easier to look at a problem and say, I don't know, and ask for help. That will not help you if you do not try. Read it until you understand it. If you need to, you can ask someone to read it, or you can have a word-to-speech reader. You can use that too. You need to understand the problem.
I see now. I have done it. It is easy to say I don't know how without really reading the problem and asking for help. I have learned that it really does not help me on a test when I can't get help. Can I reread the problem out loud to see if I am truly understanding it?
Totally. Go ahead.
Zeus runs 100 meters. Rocco and Roddy runs as far as Zeus did together. Rocco runs twice as long as Roddy and 1 more meters. Pepper runs the same speed as Rocco. How far did Rocco and Roddy go separately? What I think I am understanding in this problem is that there are 4 people and we know how far Zeus ran but not the other 3. We only know Pepper's speed. We know that Rocco and Roddy together ran as far as Zeus.
Correct. You are doing good. Step 2. Understand the question. What is the question asking for? You do not want to answer the wrong question.
This is not fun.
I agree, it is not fun. What is the question and what do you think it's asking you?
The question to the problem is how far did Rocco and Roddy go separately? We need to find the distance that Rocco ran and the distance that Rodney ran.
Correct. Is there any information we do not need in this problem?
We need to forget how fast Pepper runs because we do not need it. The question is only asking for distance of Rocco and Rodney. But what am I supposed to do with Zeus's information? Because the question is not asking about him, I feel like I should not cross it out though.
Good question. And because the question is asking for Rocco and Roddy, it does not mean we cross out everything that's not about that. Pepper is speed, and we're not looking at speed, we are looking at distance. Zeus, we cannot cross out because we need to know Zeus. Because Zeus, we know, ran as far as Rocco and Roddy did together. Set 3. Set variable or variables.
What do you mean?
If there are any variables you need, write variable and what it's equal to. An example is having x is equal to the length of a side of a square. You want the variable to represent one thing and not more than one thing. Sometimes I do, even if I have numbers for a thing, it's to set a variable and plug the number in after.
Why?
Because I personally find it easier to keep track of all the information I have. Here's an example with everything we need, and not with any of the extra things that was in it originally. Let's set the variable x. I tend to make this to be one single number, the thing that will be easier in this problem to find. So I think for this problem it will be Roddy. What do you think?
I agree, because we need to know Roddy to find Rocco.
Correct, and then y, I pick Rocco. And z for Zeus, because we have a number for Zeus already. The fourth step is translating.
Translating what, though?
We will be writing the words in the problem into math by using variables and numbers that we know and need. Then, from this, we can set up an equation to solve the question and to be able to answer the question.
I know x equals Rodney, and that we do not know what number it is, and we need to figure it out. And z is equal to 100. I'm not sure about y. Can you please explain how to do y?
Y equals Roddy's, and we know he ran twice as long as Roddy, which translates to 2 times x. If there is one more mile, it means we need to add 1 to 2 times x.
Which is equal to 2x plus 1.
Yes, and now we need to make one equation. What do you think it could be?
With just variables, x plus y equals z. Now I'm guessing I need to substitute in what each one is equal to.
Correct, and what will it look like?
It is x plus 2x plus 1 equals 100.
Correct.
So step 5 is solve, and we are solving the variables?
Correct. We have the equation of x plus the quantity 2x plus 1 equals to 100.
We need to solve for x. We do not need to complete distribution in any, so we can take out the parentheses.
Correct, but why?
Because there is no numbers in front of the parentheses.
Correct. Now what?
Combine the like terms, and the only ones we have are 2x and x. That will be 3x plus 1 equals 100.
Now we can subtract 1 from each side.
Yes, then we have 3x equals 99, and we can divide 3 from both sides. We calculate x equals 33.
Now what do you think we do?
We have x. Do we use y equals 2x plus 1 to find y?
Yes, so we have 2 times 33 plus 1.
Multiplication is first, and we get the result of 66. Then we add the 1, and the answer is 67.
That was correct. Now the next step is reasonably. And this means to ask yourself, does that answer make sense? Or answers.
Here's what we found. Roddy runs 33 meters, Rocco runs 67 meters, and Zeus is 100 meters still.
Let's check. Does 33 plus 67 equals to 100?
Yes, so Rocco is more than Rodney's, and they both add to 100. This does seem reasonable.
The final step is more when you're working on paper and not on a computer. It's important to know how to write the answer in a complete sentence with using the answer to answer the question with words. Here's the problem we've been working on. So can you please read out loud again?
Zeus runs 100 meters. Rocco and Roddy run as far as Zeus did together. Rocco runs twice as long as Roddy, and 1 more meters. Pepper runs the same speed as Rocco. How far did Rocco and Roddy go separately? I would put both names and we need to give them a verb. And for this problem, is it runs and how far they ran? Is this how you write the answers in words?
Yes, and how would it look?
Rocco runs 67 meters and Roddy runs 33 meters.
That is awesome. See, we can do it. Now can you summarize what we just did?
Yes. 1. Read the problem and not just skim it. 2. Understand what question that is being asked, and when we understand, we can eliminate the information we do not need. 3. Set what each variable is equal to. 4. Translate the words into math and set up the equations. 5. Solve the equations. 6. Check if the answer is reasonable. Remember, ask yourself, does this answer make sense to this problem? 7. Write the answer in word form with complete sentences.
Was awesome. Thanks for coming and discussing word problems with me today.